Yeah, whenever you're ready, Coach, just general comments.
Same situation really the last month of the season. We play pretty well for a good period of the game, then go through a scoring drought and game gets away from us. Proud of the way our guys fought back. Again, we seem to do a good job of that to give ourselves a chance, but credit Florida State. They made the free throws they need to make and advanced.
Questions? To our left. Again, let us know who you are, who you're with.
James Turn, WCCP, Clemson, South Carolina. Coach, how frustrating is it for you and this young team to be in so many games, and it's not like you guys were getting blown out, you're fighting night in and night out, and you just can't get over the hump?
It's difficult. It's very difficult. Obviously, the fact that our guys are competing, helps because we're going to practice every day and working at it and really trying. We just have some deficiencies that we have to improve. And, until we do that, this is going to be the outcome. So felt bad for our seniors, but unfortunately this script was seen many times this year if you followed our team.
Any other questions? Back right.
Thank you. Phil Kornblut, South Carolina Radio Network. Brad, you were down 71-69. You had a timeout left. You chose not to use it after that basket. Could you talk about your thinking there?
I wanted to save it for later.
Anybody else?
Brad, can you talk about moving forward from this point? Where do you go with recruiting and, how do you try to rebound from this kind of season?
We got a scholarship left. We're going to get out on the road as quick as possible and try to fill that scholarship. And then the guys we have coming back, we got to work to get them better. Just simple as that. Just get in the gym and improve our offensive skills so we can make more plays and finish plays, become a better offensive team.
Any questions for KJ? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
If there's any questions for Michael or Cora, we can start while waiting for Coach. Again, please let us know who you are, who you're with, and please designate your question for a specific player. First question up front.
Sure. Jody McCrary with the AP. This is for Michael. How does it feel to win a game in the final seconds without hitting a buzzer beater?
I guess it feels good that we could have a big enough lead to where we didn't need, an amazing shot just to win the game. I definitely didn't want it to have to come to that. If it did, of course, I would be ready. But, I definitely didn't want it to come to that.
Brendan Burrs, FSVU and Florida Flambeau. This is the first time that both you two and Ian Miller and Terrence Shannon have all been on the court at the same time. What did it feel to have, the big four back together again and kind of the flow you had on the court?
Before the season, we had a couple meetings that's what we was trying to do, have a big four and have our productivity come out of us four. But that got halted by a few injuries and stuff. So it was good, having guys we've been with for years out on the floor and trying to win the game for each other.
Any questions for Michael or Cora? Guys, you can hit back.
First half, I thought that we were overly anxious. I thought we didn't execute very well the first half. Our game plan was to move the ball and let's see whether or not we could let their defense make a mistake and let's take advantage of it. But we had a hard time. We were very hyped up. We were trying to thread the needle. I thought we took shots maybe a little quicker than we had last number of games, and I attribute that to this the guys having so many guys who had not been in this situation before. But we were very fortunate to only be down 5 at the half. But the second half, I thought we executed much better. I thought our defense got the stops we needed, the rebounds we had. I thought we played excellent basketball there until about the last 2 minutes of the game. And then it was almost like fouling three-point jump shooters, missing dunks, going long when you're supposed to be cutting toward the basketball. It was like we was trying to invent ways to give the game back to Clemson. Just thank goodness that they didn't take it.
Questions?
Unfortunate that, up to that point, I thought our guys had played a very good second half. Unfortunately, we'll be talking about the last couple of minutes, and it probably overshadowed how well O'Cara played, and Terrence coming back giving us a big lift. I thought Devin gave us good leadership on the floor, but I thought defensively we played about as well there for stretches in the second half as well as we played all year.
Coach, how big is it having Terrence back as far as the toughness of your front line? It seems like a couple times this year it was some of the physicality in the league got to you, but tonight, Clemson's a physical team, but I felt like it just felt a little different, especially in that second half.
Well, there's no doubt that we've been void of the experience that Terrence brings to our team. But I think it's going to help us for the future is concerned, because our youngsters have gotten some very valuable experience that I think that's kind of going to accelerate their progress. But having Terrence back in gave us a guy who's been in the wars, who's been in the system, who has a better understanding of the way you have to play in the ACC in order to be successful. So I was glad to get his contribution tonight.
That was the first time that you had your big four guys that returned this season, both Ian Miller, O'Cara, Michael, and Terrence on the court. Was that kind of the team that you envisioned heading into the season?
Well, to be very honest with you, I really didn't know exactly what to expect for the upcoming season. When you have 7 first-year players, you have to give all those guys an opportunity to earn their rightful place in the rotation. I did feel, though, that core of guys would be able to give us the leadership set the example in practice. Just that conversation that upperclassmen normally give to the new players, newcomers, just to kind of set the tone. And we've been void of that because Terrence had a couple of injuries, and Ian's been riding the bicycle and shooting free throws in practice. And it's kind of hard to be a leader when you're not actively participating. So it's been somewhat of a challenge. But I do believe, though, through all of that, though, the fact that we've had to go through the season without the most experienced guys being an integral part of our system is given Ojo and Boris and our three freshman guards along with Gilchrist some very valuable minutes. And obviously we would love to have been more successful this year, but we still have some opportunities that's facing here now. So we can't cry over that. Every once in a while you have those things that I call them basketball demons that raise their ugly head, and you just got to fight through it. And I think we've grown up, so to speak, and I think we're going to be better as a result of it. But it is nice to be able to at least put some experienced guys out there on the floor. Didn't look like it the last 2 minutes tonight, but I think we'll put this behind us. And we've won a lot of close games because we played smart. This is not the way we've been accustomed to playing.
Looking to tomorrow's game against North Carolina, how do you want to try to play this team? Do you want to get out and run or try and get physical and slow the game down?
We're going to play the way we always play. We're going to play within ourselves, have opportunity to run, you run. If it's not there, you got to run half-court offense. I mean, that's the way we always play. We're not going to change. North Carolina's not going to change. They're who they are. They have a system that they are comfortable with. We are Florida State, and we run when we have an opportunity, and then we try to execute if we don't have a break and run our offense. Try to play good defense and take care of the ball. And hopefully, but one thing we know for sure, we need to play a lot smarter than we played the last 2 minutes tonight. That's a given.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.